Going on? Back with another video. This time I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on what's been going on between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. I've already mentioned in previous videos, I love what they're doing with Roman. They built him up to be this ultimate heel, this prick. He's he's stroking his power around, messing with Adam Pearce and stuff. Only thing I don't like is Adam Pearce is a figure of authority, and yet he's just letting Roman um toss him around, like talking down to him, all this stuff, and like nothing's being done to him. So you're telling me you're going to Braun attacked you. You're going to suspend him. He hasn't been seen for a few months now, but you're just going to let Roman just do everything and on the basis that he's the universal champ. Nah, man, I'm not. I don't. If you're gonna do this, WWE, you gotta make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, and this is the problem. This is the main problem with WWE. Even when you have good storylines and characters like Roman Reigns going on, like the book, it's still some inconsistencies there. Now I'm enjoying what I'm seeing right now, but I just wish that I wish it was better. Like if other characters were booked like Roman is being booked now, like care and everything that's being done with this, like SmackDown would blow Raw out of the water every single week. It would get the ratings that it needs. Like there would be no excuse why that show isn't better. And you can just give that up to Paul Heyman. Um, Paul Heyman has done wonderful with him. The collaborative effort between him, Roman, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, like it's wonderful. Like when you have all these creative minds coming together and creating a storyline that themselves and the fans can be proud of. It's a beautiful thing. They need to do more of this. Vince needs to take the shackles off of creative. They need to stop making content for him and make it for other people, and it'll be a better product. Like you'll get the money that you want, and you can make the people happy. Like you're not always gonna make the people happy, but at least give an effort to show that you're trying. I can't even watch Raw and I just feel defeated as a wrestling fan. Like it saddens me to think this is the best that you can do. But anyway, this Roman and Kevin Owens storyline, I didn't really see this coming. Like Kevin Owens and Roman, they have chemistry together. They've gone against each other for the Universal title before when Kevin Owens was the champion and Roman was the face, and Kevin Owens had Chris Jericho with him. Or I needed to take a drink for a second. But anyway, so they have the chemistry is already there. And then you throw Paul Heyman to the mix, his masterful mind. You have a recipe for greatness. And this was built on the basis of Jey Uso's heel turn when he just destroyed Daniel Bryan, and Kevin Owens took exception to that, and then they started feuding, which in turn made Kevin Owens go after Roman. And since then, we've just got nothing but a good feud. Like for most people that don't know, I'm a huge Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fan. I feel like for the most part, they haven't been utilized to the best of their potential in WWE. Their work in NXT speaks for itself, but I feel like they're two of the best in the company, and they need to be positioned better. I love what they're doing right now, and I would hate to see this feud between Roman and Kevin ends, and they don't have anything left to do for them. Like as great as Reigns is, what this feud is doing for Kevin Owens is just wonderful. Like they're really building up this fight Owens fight guy, like him as a face. Like the promos that he's been given, that he's been doing, everything is just been it's been elevated, and I'm really happy for him. I hope that they continue to do something with him. So the stuff between the basis of this storyline between Roman and Kevin Owens is that Roman has always had Jey Uso bail him out in every single championship match that they've had against each other. And now it's going to be a last man standing match between Roman and Kevin Owens. And I'm hoping that at the start of the Royal Rumble, we pan to the back and Kevin Owens is just destroying Jey Uso, like to the point of that he can't compete. He can't. He's not going to be able to interfere, and he might not be able to appear in the Royal Rumble match, which it could be interesting because Roman could enter at number 30, and you can do the basis of well, I've competed in a Royal Rumble match before with a title, so why would this be any different? They can really go into that because Vince McMahon made Roman defend the championship at Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match, and he started off at number one. The whole one versus all storyline, so they can really play into that. And you can have Roman win the Royal Rumble. He can challenge Goldberg or Drew McIntyre. I really hope it's not Goldberg. He could end up winning both titles at WrestleMania and being on both shows, which Raw really needs him right now because it's flopping. It's flopping hard. But even with Roman, I still don't think that's going to be enough to really elevate WWE to what it really needs to be. But so you have all these good things with Roman, but what do you do with Kevin Owens after this? Well, he had a he actually had a talking smack segment with Paul Heyman, talking about how Paul Heyman says that he likes him and stuff, but he's not really buying it, saying that he came to him and said that he wants to fight the Beast Incarnate, and Paul said I'll talk to him about it, and it never happened. So that could be another thing that they could do. Rock could come back and say, "Hey, keep my name out your mouth," and he can attack Kevin Owens, and they can start a feud into WrestleMania, which I would really enjoy. Um, Another thing you can do, I don't know if anybody else would like this, but you can since Kevin Owens has been built up to his ultimate baby face, you put him up against Sami Zayn. Sami's not really doing anything right now. Like I really don't see him still into the IC title picture with Apollo Crews and Big E. You can easily shift him over to Kevin Owens. Like they can revisit their feud. They've always had good matches and chemistry with one another, and then it's a new dynamic. You have Kevin Owens as the face, and then you have Sami Zayn as a heel, who's done perfectly as a heel. I did not see that coming, by the way. I thought Sami Zayn would be the ultimate babyface in WWE, but he's really impressed me as a heel. Like he's funny. I just love seeing him, man. Just Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That's another feud that you can do for WrestleMania. I don't know if anybody would enjoy that, but I think I would with where they're at right now. If WWE gives these guys a chance, they can actually kill it at WrestleMania. It can be one of the best matches on the card if they wanted to go that route. But I really don't know what else you can do with Kevin Owens. That's the only thing I can really see him doing. Either he goes up against Brock Lesnar or Sami Zayn. That's the best that I can see for him. Um, but I want more for Kevin Owens. Like I said, I'd hate for them to just write him off after not have anything left for him to do after this whole thing with Roman is over. I really don't see Roman is not losing that championship. The way he's been built, everything that he's been doing, like you don't throw that down the drain. Which is why when I made the video of him going up against Goldberg, why I wasn't happy with that because you can't invest so much into a guy. He's finally getting over. You tried 5 years to get it by shoving him down our throats as a face instead of having him embrace this heel persona of his. Like the way what he's been doing right now, if you would have done this if you would have pulled the trigger a few years ago, he would probably be over as a babyface right now. That's crazy to me. It took a pandemic for them to actually say, yeah, you know what, we can just turn it in. Nobody's really watching. It really doesn't matter anymore. For them to actually get over. And when fans come back, they're gonna love this guy. Despite him being a heel, they actually want to see him. He doesn't have go away heat by being shoved down our throats. He's actually embracing who he is. Like he's not taking the crap anymore. He's one of the best in the company. He's carrying the company on his back, and he acts like it. He personifies this tribal chief, the head of the table. He's throwing his power around. He's manipulating his family and other people in the company to do what he wants. Like and it's getting other people over. Apollo Crews hasn't been utilized. He's been a catering VIP for so long now, and he's finally being utilized to the best of his potential with Big E. I believe that Roman is actually recruiting Apollo Crews because he sees Big E as a threat. He wants Apollo to take out Big E so he won't have to deal with Big E later on because he sees that Big E's going to be a big threat to him. Another role is that Jey Uso was talking about that they're not the family, the bloodline is not satisfied with just being on SmackDown. They want to take over Raw too, and he was talking about being the winner of the Royal Rumble and going on to beat Goldberg or Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. We all know that's not going to happen, but you have another person in the wings that's Daniel Bryan, and he's expressed his that he wants to win the Royal Rumble. He wants to go on and fight Roman Reigns. And he says that he's the better wrestler than Roman Reigns. He told all this to Paul Heyman. I'm pretty sure either Roman saw it or Paul went back to him. Hey, this guy he's coming for you. And the storyline between him and Roman will be wonderful. But it would not surprise me if let's say Kevin Owens doesn't take out Jey Uso and Jey Uso is in the Royal Rumble match. It would not surprise me if Roman says, "Look, Daniel Bryan, get him out of there. I don't want him winning. If you don't win, okay, I'll take care of it. But he does not win the Royal Rumble. He doesn't make it out of the Royal Rumble walking on his own power. I would not be surprised if he told him to take Daniel Bryan out because he doesn't want to deal with Bryan. He knows how much big of a threat Bryan is right now. But you have all these revolving pieces, and Roman, the way he's just making people better, and that's a testament to the work that Paul Heyman and Roman have been putting in, and how they're collaborating with all these people and making these storylines just great. Another important thing is that Jimmy Uso isn't back yet. I think he was supposed to be ready to go in January. We can see him at the Royal Rumble. We have another add him to the whole bloodline thing, and you get the ball rolling. Like, I'm really excited to see what they do for these guys, and I just hope that nobody falls to the wayside. I wish what need this is what needs to happen. Pritchard, get him out of there. You give the reins to Paul, and you let him do what he needs to do. Don't let him. You don't put shackles on him to write for Vince McMahon or anything like this because he think it's funny. We need to stop pleasing Vince McMahon. Pleasing Vince McMahon is not what's best for business. What's best for business and get WWE back to where it needs to be, you give those reins to Paul Heyman. You give him complete creative control. Screw Vince, screw Pritchard, give it to Paul. But yeah, that's it. And y'all have a good one.